Hey there! In this episode of Mass in the Wild, we're going to learn how to count animals in the wild. Hi there! I'm from a wildlife rescue and rehabilitation center here in South Africa. And this is one of my favorite subjects to teach because it is so important for us to know how to count animals in their natural environment. Today we're going to be counting birds. It's really easy to do, but first you have to get really good at identifying the species that you're looking at. There are many different species of birds here in South Africa, just like there are in your country, I'm sure. So you can imagine if we want to count the puffins in a colony or the flamingos or any other bird, we need to make sure we identify them properly. Otherwise, we'll end up counting all the wrong birds. Now, there are three main ways that we count animals in the wild. The first way is called a line transect. A line transect is where we take a measuring tape and we walk along an area and we record all of the animals that we see. Now, this method works well for animals that are close together. For example, birds that live in a flock or in a colony will be counted well using this method. But for animals that are more spread out, like if they're over a larger territory, this method doesn't work very well, because you could spend hours walking and you might not see anything. The next method is called a point count. With a point count, we stand in one place and count all of the birds that we can see around us. Now, to make it fair, we have to pick a circle size, like the radius of a circle. So we use either 50 meters or 100 meters. Then we count all the birds within that circle around us. This method works well for counting birds that aren't in a flock, but they're more spread out. The third method is called a distance sampling method. This is where we stand in one place and again we count all the birds that we can see, but we also record the distance from each bird to us. Now, this method takes a little bit longer than the others, but it's really useful when we have birds that are spread out over a large area. It also allows us to estimate the population size. So let's go ahead and try counting some birds. This is a yellow canary. It's a small bird that lives in South Africa. We're going to record each bird that we see during our survey. Remember to record the species name and the distance from each bird to us. Now we're going to use the distance sampling method. Once we've identified a bird, we throw in a pin to mark where that bird was seen, and we record the distance from the bird to us. If there are birds that are too far away to hear, we estimate the distance by pacing it off. Sometimes it can be hard to pace off distances, so if you don't know how far 10 meters is, you can use a measuring tape to help you. After recording all of our data, we can then use a distance to estimate the total number of birds in the area. Now, I won't bore you with all of the calculations, but the formula that we use is called the Haversine formula. Don't worry, you don't need to remember this. All we need to do is plug our numbers into the formula and then we get an answer. Our answer is the estimated number of birds in the area. When we're done counting, we can then calculate the population size using the distance sampling software. Now, this is a bit complicated, so if you want to learn more about how to do this, you can check out our website. So now we know how to count birds in the wild. Just remember to identify your species, pick a method that works well for the type of bird that you're counting, and record all of your sightings. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like and subscribe. You can follow us on social media for more videos and information. Until next time, goodbye.